All right, everyone, welcome to the stream. We're going to be starting in just a moment. Thanks for coming here early. Here we are. Let's roll into it. I'm Luis Garcia of Media Garcia. I'm a HubSpot Platinum Solution Partner agency, and I also work with businesses to help them get the most out of their CRM and AI and data. And you're walking with me today. I'm on my walking treadmill, so hopefully the movement doesn't bother you too much. But once we get into the later stream here, we'll have slides and other things that we'll be sharing here pretty soon. So whether you're a current HubSpot user, part of the HubSpot team, a HubSpot solution partner, a HubSpot app partner, or someone exploring what the platform can do for you, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to be diving into the March 2025 partner product updates, one of the biggest batches of new HubSpot features we've seen in a while. It has over 100 updates, and now we're only going to be covering about 7 of those updates. And these are the ones that we've chosen are ones that are simple, quick wins to put into place. But all these updates cover updates to HubSpot's hubs, including the Sales Hub, Marketing Hub, Service Hubs, Ops Hubs, CMS. All the tools have been updated, including adding in AI tools that are reshaping how teams work. But we're not just going to read you plain old release notes. What we've done is we've looked at every update and scored them based on the value it could potentially provide and the complexity to put it in place. And so we're covering a few of those quick wins, things that are potentially high value, but also low complexity. So that way we can provide immediate impact. These are updates that are easiest to activate and most likely to move the needle for you, your team, and your clients. So if you're focused on driving adoption, improving ROI, increasing retention, or increasing lead acquisition, or just getting more from your HubSpot and platform tools in general, this session is for you. So let's get our slides going here. Just be 1 second for that. Perfect. Okay, good. Here, we're getting that loaded up just right now. Thank you for bearing with me. What happens when you do it live sometimes. Here we go. So we just got through our welcome. Let me adjust our screen just a tad. Perfect. And let's adjust this on screen just a tidge. All right, so here are our ground rules that we're going to have for today. First is to engage. This means drop your comments, questions, takeaways, or reactions that you have. The more you engage, the more I can dish it back, and you can get more value out of it as well. If you're answering or asking questions across all the different platforms that we're on, we have people monitoring the channels, and so they'll be moderating, and I'll be responding as they come across. Second, keep it collaborative. So people are joining from different countries, industries, experience levels, and we want to keep it welcoming and productive. Third, this is being recorded. So if you need to step away or want to revisit something later, don't worry. You can find the recordings across our various platforms that we're streaming to. And finally, if something clicks for you today, share it. Tag a teammate, clip a moment, start a conversation. The more we collaborate, the more we will all get out of this. Additionally, while I lead a HubSpot solution partner agency, I want to make it very clear that I'm not an employee of HubSpot. What you're getting today is from a practitioner's perspective. So how these updates work, how they land in real business use, and how we turn them into real value. Some of these features that we'll look into may still be in a public beta or rolling out gradually. So I'll call that out when needed. Some things depend on different levels of subscriptions or hubs that you're subscribed to, or it could be rolled out based on different regions or plan levels. So a few things might not be visible in your portal just yet. And lastly, after the session, all you have to do is type checklist in the chat or follow up with us at Hola, that's HOLA, at mediagarcia.com. and asked for the checklist for our quick wins, where we've cut through the 100 slides of different product updates and narrowed down just the 20 that are going to be the highest impactful ones to put into your system today. So we have that checklist, which lays out what's the update, why is it valuable, how complex it is to put it in place, and how to take the next steps to implement these new features. All right, great. So that's our housekeeping. Let's see what we got next. Well, it's an introduction. So if we haven't met, it's me, Luis Garcia. I'm the founder of Media Garcia. We're a longtime HubSpot solution partner, but beyond titles, I'm a builder and a strategist. And honestly, I just really am a curious guy who likes solving business problems, particularly ones around growth. And we typically address those by setting in systems that actually work together. So I've spent the last decade working with businesses across industries to fix broken funnels, streamline operations, and build out marketing and sales engines that scale. My background is in information technology and business intelligence. I've worked across enterprise environments, places like Target, Deluxe, Xcel Energy. So I bring an inside ops perspective to the work that I do with my clients every day. I work with data, with workflows, and you got it, with humans. And I've made my mission to turn complex systems into something usable, repeatable, and smart. And additionally, I'm a SCORE mentor. I am a Goldman Sachs 10,000 small business alum. And I'm also someone who believes in putting in systems in service of people, not the other way around. And when I'm not deep into CRM strategy and AI, you'll probably find me outside fishing, exploring new places, or doing live streams like this, because I think it's the best growth can happen when you share what you're building in real time. So today's session is my way of bringing that work to life with insights, strategy, and real examples you can actually use. Now, there is a company behind the person, and that is Media Garcia. As I mentioned earlier, we're a HubSpot Platinum Solution Partner, and we're also well-versed in many other platform tools, including ClickUp, project management tool. We're verified power users. We also on a daily use AI tools like ChatGPT and many others to mention. We're also a Shopify partner and Aircall partner. And there's other partnerships that we have that aren't quite listed on here, but we'll certainly get our partner slide here updated. At the end of the day, we like working with different tools to help businesses work better by connecting them, streamlining, integrating, and automating the magic that can happen in our day-to-day activities. These are a couple of our core values. These are the things that define us. You'll see it in everything we do. Having integrity, high performance, growth mindset, embracing adventure, and being inquisitive. So those are our values, and they guide our strategies, our client interactions, and every system that we build. So if you've been wondering who is behind the screen today, that's us. We're builders, we're teachers, and we're partners in helping people do better business with HubSpot at the center. All right, so we're going to get into our product updates here. I'm going to review them in this format. We call it the Quick Win Framework. We're going to cover 5 basic things. First is, what is this update? Why does it matter? How hard is it? Where does it apply? And what to do next? That's the structure we'll follow for these quick wins, some of the quick wins that we'll be covering today. And if you follow this model internally, it'll help you filter through any of the future product updates that you might be curious about that are going to be coming continually into the future. All right, let's adjust our slide. Okay, good. And let's get into it. So our first, from February 2024 product, these are actually, it's a more recent update. That's just a different slide. One thing to call out is you can go to your product updates in the in your HubSpot by going to your settings, or if you're in your HubSpot, you go to the upper right hand corner where your logo and your name is, your little avatar, and you can click that. It'll expand these product updates from this page. And here I'll actually just pull it up on screen. Let me swap these items. All right, so now I'm in a HubSpot environment. and show in the upper right hand corner while you're logged in. You can get to your product updates by clicking on the icon that you can see here. You can go to product updates. It's going to load a page where you can see right now there's 124 product updates on this page. And you can search through these different product updates and see what's coming available, its release impact, what products it applies to, when it was last updated. For example, here's a live update for help desk board layout. So I can click on this update and see what this update is about, right? What is it? Why does it matter? How does it work? And who gets it? That's where you can get your product updates. Note that some things will be live, some things are going to be in a public or private beta, like this one, deal insight customizations. If I click on this one, you'll see at the bottom of this product update, there's actually a button to request the beta for this. So if I wanted to have access to this particular product update inside my HubSpot portal, then I would need to request access to it. Just click request access and then acknowledge the terms for the beta, and sometime they'll review and either approve or deny and provide an explanation for the access to that feature. All right, now let's see what we have for the product updates that we're going to walk through today. First is going to be around adding calls, emails, and meetings to campaigns. What is this exactly? This might seem small at first glance, but it solves one of the biggest reporting blind spots that we've had inside HubSpot campaigns today. Before this update, campaign influence was mostly limited to marketing assets like emails, marketing emails particularly, forms, and ads. But what about those crucial one-to-one touches from the sales team? A follow-up call, a personalized email, a Zoom meeting scheduled right after someone downloads a white paper. None of that got captured inside campaign attribution. Now, HubSpot lets us include logged sales activities, calls, emails, meetings, inside campaign reporting. That means when you're looking at how a campaign performed, you're not just seeing how many people filled out a form, how many got emails and opened replied clicks, and then how many filled out forms or clicked through on ads. You're seeing the sales activities that moved those leads forward and how they moved them forward. This is a game changer for full funnel alignment. It brings us closer to real multi-touch attribution. For any business doing ABM account-based marketing or running high-ticket campaigns, this lets you measure how your sales team engaged off the back of your marketing push. How this could be relevant and important for folks is how many of our clients will run webinars. And oftentimes those webinars, those people that are invited to these webinars might be shortlisted by a sales team. So a sales team will often shortlist a list of clients that they want to invite into a webinar, and the marketing team will send an invite out through a marketing email. But that salesperson might also call the person that they want to attend that webinar and encourage them to show up. Before this update, that call and those extra activities that sales team might have been performing through calls or emails or meetings would have gotten lost. And it wouldn't be necessarily part of that campaign attribution reporting. It would just show up as an activity on the contact or company record based on where the salesperson performed the call. So now this company will be able to look at side by side marketing activities, driving and marketing and leading people to a webinar, as long as a salesperson's efforts to bring a short list of contacts to a webinar. Now let's look at what this looks like inside HubSpot. So here's our HubSpot again. I'm going to pull up a test campaign that we have in one of our test environments, and you'll see down here little adjustments to our screen. All right, perfect. you'll see that we can add assets. And then this is how our campaign reporting works. You add assets to a campaign to be able to see ROI and campaign spend and attributed revenue. Now, this is a demo environment, so there's not a lot of fancy metrics, and I can't show any of my clients' data, and so I'm not going to do that. But we're going to show here at a high level what it would look like to set this up. So you'd bring up your campaign, and you can get to your campaigns by going to marketing and campaigns. Again, this is going to be for people that are on Marketing Pro or above, so Pro or Enterprise. Campaigns are not available at the free or starter levels. We go to marketing and then campaigns, and I already had this test campaign up, and I created it, but that's how you get to it. And before the update, you would be able to add different marketing assets like CTAs, forms, marketing emails, social media posts, content, CRM automation. Now you can see these new tags are here, and we can add different sales activities. With that, I can look at all the different call titles, and from these different call titles, I could see that those calls are associated to this campaign. I can also go back and say these different emails. These are, again, one-to-one emails that were created within our test environment. I could select those as part of our system as well as meetings, and check different prior meetings that we've had. Now, all those assets are going to become part of our campaign, and we can see high-level summary of call performance, email performance. This would be sales email versus marketing email performance, meetings, and social posts, giving marketing, sales, and revenue ops a high-level view of campaign performance from the entire marketing to sales journey. So we call this quick win because it's fairly simple to implement. All that's needed is to add the assets. So if you're a team that is working on ABM or on high ticket sales, where there's oftentimes a synergy between marketing and sales activities that are happening at the same time or sequentially for a prospect, consider adding sales assets to your campaigns to gain total visibility on your campaign performance and customer journey. All right. Yes, Sean. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to get into our next update here. And if you have any questions, feel free to shout out. All right. So next is the ability to set marketing contact status actions across different workflow types. Whoa, what's this update really mean? Okay, so HubSpot has this concept of marketing contacts, and guess what? You pay for them. So if you have a marketing subscription, whether that's at Starter, Pro, or Enterprise, you come with some contacts, and then you often may pay above that depending on contact limits and bands that are involved. Now, I don't want to get into all that right now, but there is a concept around marketing contacts where you're given a threshold of contacts inside your portal, and once you exceed it, guess what? You're going to be taken to the next span, and you pay a little bit more. So what this allows for is the ability to better manage your marketing contacts, whether someone is or isn't a marketing contact. As it was before this update, a lot of these marketing contacts needed to be updated at the contact level, like an individual contact, and there weren't as many options to be able to in bulk update contacts based on the relationship to different objects, like a deal object. And in this case, we have a use case where a company may want to set contacts at a certain company as non-marketing contacts if they lost a deal and they completely disqualified them and said that we're maybe never going to do business with them, right? So you completely disqualified someone. I know, right? Oh yeah, and the other bad part of it, Sean, I see it all the time too, is like some people think everyone should be a marketing contact, right? And that's a huge pitfall too. And so because that can get out of hand really fast, and it might not even be ethical, right? So what this allows someone to do is to set better controls in place and to manage their contact levels so they don't just sprawl out of control. Now, you can change the marketing status from any kind of workflow. So for example, if a deal goes to a closed lost, you can now mark all the associated contacts to that company that was closed loss as non-marketing, meaning that you're not going to, send them marketing campaigns anymore. They're closed loss and they're done, right? You're done with them. So this is going to help you keep your contact counts low, keep it efficient and clean, and make sure that you're only marketing to people that are truly marketable towards a deal. And let's see how that works. So we have here a workflow that follows the use case I just shared with you. So this is looking, it's a deal-based workflow. So that's the newness here, where before we can only set marketing contacts at a contact-based level, at a contact object. Now we can trigger it based on a deal base. So this shows a deal stage moving to close lost, and based on that close lost, setting an action here, this is the new action that we can now set contacts as non-marketing contacts for that associated deal. And we can do this in the deal object, and we can do it in company object. So that's the newness there. Easy to put into place, and also smart to keep your contacts levels managed. Avoid those price hikes that happen when you increase through the bands, and also make sure that you're marketing to people who are really still interested and have intent in the product or service. Let's get to the next one. Oh wait, here, let me show you. I gotta switch screens so you can actually see the workflow. Here's what a workflow would look like based on this. This is the deal-based workflow. And we now see this new action here to set a marketing contact status on a deal-based workflow. All right. Next one that we're going to cover here today is around quick access report options. So if you're like me and you spend quite a bit of time building and looking at reports, you might have come across a few times where you've clicked a few extra times to edit a report than maybe you wish you did. Now we actually have some better options to quickly edit reports within HubSpot without having to go all the way into the customized screen and saving our reports from there. So let's take a look at this. These quick access report options means you can edit reports directly in place, add filters, and you don't have to go to a different screen. So if you want to change the date range, easy to change it. Want to add a specific filter, like a life cycle stage filter, it's just a quicker click and change. There's no more need to go all the way into the custom report builder and work within that tool to do some simpler filtering abilities. So let's take a look at that. Back to our HubSpot. All right, so I have a report here. It's showing contacts most recently created by source. It's represented as a pie chart, which frankly is a personal thing, but it's my least favorite choice of visualization typically when wanting to represent data. But for this, we're going to keep it. It's okay. I'm just going to let that go. So we have a report here, contacts most recently created by source, and I could definitely change the chart type too. I just haven't done it. So just doing it to bring, to tease myself, I guess. And we have here offline, you can see the different kind of data that's coming through offline sources, direct traffic, organic search, on and on. Now, if I go up here and click on this view and filter, there are going to be some new options here that weren't here before. Before, a lot of this stuff across the top or even around the right-hand side, some of this stuff was pretty limited. We also didn't have a data quality tab. All this stuff is fairly recent, but the most important things are the quick edits that we now have. So we can go here and say, you know what, I want to look at create date. Right now it's looking at the last 30 days. I want to update the last 60. Boom, just did it right in there. Before, sometimes you'd have to go click into the chart, and actually like go here to customize, and then you'd have to, fumble through where is it on this screen, which they also made it a little simpler too by adding these filters here. But usually it was just more involved to make these kind of edits. So for back at the quick edits, we can also say, you know what, I want to look at only a few of these options. Maybe I don't want to look at, some of the, paid social or other things. So you can leave things unchecked. There's more options to filter and drill down there. You can also add any of the advanced filters that you might usually come to find inside a report builder as well. So if I wanted to say, I want to look at folks who are just in the, subscriber to lead to marketing qualified lead to sales qualified lead, I can make those adjustments pretty fairly quickly here as well. So we have quick access report options to edit our reports and make it quicker to run through these updates. All right, let's see what our next update is. So this one, we can view attributed form submission data associated with CTA engagement. Now, I don't actually have a CTA example ready to go with this because it requires the usage of CTAs within HubSpot, but I'll speak through what this particular update is and why it's important. So a lot of us will have form data that we're using HubSpot for forms, and then you see submissions through these forms. Now, previously, HubSpot CTAs would show you things like clicks, which is useful, but it doesn't pay the bills. Previously, what really matters is those, do those clicks turn into conversions? And did the person who clicked the book demo CTA actually submit the form on the next page? So now this is going to show you that. It's going to show you when you use a HubSpot CTA, it's going to show that click, but it also will distinguish a high click and low conversion now for that CTA based on form submission data. So if a CTA has, let's say, a 10% click-through rate, but only 2% of those clickers convert, well, now we know we have a bit of a gap between our CTA click and our form submission, and then we can start to get to work on what might be causing that and how we could improve that. These are actionable optimizations, not just vanity metrics. It's going to help you understand more about your customer journey and how they're engaging across your campaigns and form submissions particularly. And so how this would get set up is within the form submission tool area of HubSpot. I'm going to pull up a form submission here that we have today. So you can see here's an example of one form and various submissions that have been submitted over time. You can see different things like here are views, conversion rate, how many submissions have come in. When there is a CTA driving traffic towards a page with the form, then we would be able to see new metrics here that would look like what's on this screenshot here. That would show the, the attributed submissions as well as the attributed submission rate. So that is our new update with view attributed form submission data associated with CTA engagement. Let's go on to the next one. There is a meeting assistant now in the sales workspace that uses AI-empowered insights to share summaries and task tracking within the sales workspace. So let me show you what the sales workspace looks like on my end here. I actually have an example lead pulled up here. Now I don't have a transcript or a meeting summary that I pulled in with Zoom, but through Breeze, HubSpot's AI tool, we can generate insights around this contact, and the insights that this would provide might reference things that are inside the different records and meetings and things that have happened, right? So based on my AI usage and insights around this contact, I can see that this person had visited a couple of different pages and that's about it. So I can see different website visits. Now, if this record had a lot of engagement and a lot of activity, I could regenerate these insights to see, what was spoken at a call, what was spoken at a meeting, and be able to use that for my communication and follow up. So whether I'm, sending another email or planning to do another meeting with someone, I can use these AI insights to help inform me on the next decision to make with a contact. And here, let's look at those updates. So this is what it looks like. Everyone has a, if you have the Sales Hub, you'll have a sales workspace. And let's see if we actually have that in our test environment. We do. I can go out to our sales workspace. I could set up some leads that I want to track. And let's just, create a lead. I'll call it myself just for now. And we're going to fill in this information. Oh yeah, here we go. Boom. All right, great. So I created a lead inside my sales workspace, and let's refresh that so it can, okay, good. So now I see my lead. I can click on myself. And see high-level information about myself as a lead. I'm going to click Open in Queue. Let's go back here, actually. Oh yeah, with my test account, I don't have Breeze, so that's why I'm not seeing the AI features. But know that those AI features are there now to help you with that next communication. So you can go and use your sales workspace to generate those insights for your follow-up. All right, a few more updates here that we're going to cover. Next is configurable send throttling. And so this is going to be for folks that want to improve or focus on their deliverability rate of their meetings. So HubSpot's now giving you control over how fast your emails are sent out, something we call send throttling. This is especially valuable if you're sending large email campaigns and want to avoid hitting spam traps or damaging your sending reputation. So you can set a custom rate like 300 emails per minute, and HubSpot will drip out the send. So this reduces strain on your domain and helps ensure better inbox placement. So if you ever have had deliverability issues like high bounces, low open rates, or emails not reaching Gmail inboxes, this feature gives you the tool to take back control. One quick place to see if you've had issues with your email deliverability would be within your HubSpot portal. Now, in this test environment, we haven't been sending a lot of emails out, but it would be under this health section. So if you're in HubSpot, you go to marketing and you go to health. Let's show that on screen. So under marketing, email, and the health tab, if you've been sending emails out, you'll see something like this that will show your performance of your email health score. And with this data, you'll be able to see how well, on a scale of 0 to 10, how well your email deliverability is. So if you're at if your score is low, then you might want, and you're sending a lot of emails out, you may consider send throttling to help with your deliverability. Now let's take a look at where this is in HubSpot. So the configurable send throttling is going to be inside your settings, and then you'll expand the objects section under data management and click on activities. From here, you'll have send limits on the email frequency and control tab under activities, where you can set how many maximum sends per 24 hours or maximum sends per minute you can have. All right. So those are a few updates, and I think we covered about 7 of them. And like I mentioned earlier today, there was actually about 100 different updates that came out with the pack. And so don't worry, we're not going to go over every single one here right now. This is meant to really just serve as a primer of where we're heading. We will cover, and we do have a checklist that is available if you just put checklist in the chat, or you can follow up at ola@mediagarcia.com with the request for our March 2025 HubSpot product update checklist. With that, we'll provide the quick win framework for all the updates that were taking place and cover the top 20 most impactful, lowest friction updates from HubSpot. So whether you're updating your workflows, revisiting your campaigns, or exploring a co-pilot more deeply, each of these features is a chance to drive adoption, revenue, and efficiency with tools you already have access to. So if this session was valuable, then please share it. Tag someone who might need to see it, pass it along. Yes, Tigger, I see your request for the checklist. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. We'll definitely get it to you. And if you want help activating any of this stuff inside your portal, this is what we do every day at Media Garcia. you can book a call with me directly or head to mediagarcia.com to learn more about how we help businesses grow smarter with HubSpot at the core. So I appreciate you all showing up, being curious, and investing your time in working on your systems and not just in them. Until next time, thanks for watching, and go build something that scales.